Welcome to the Saloon of Austin. Big blind is $30.
Fold.
Raise,
Fold.
please.
The gentleman calls.
Fold.
I check. Raise. I'm the winner!
The gentleman calls.
Raise.
Fold, I fold. Fold.
Fold.
Fold. Ford.
Oh, that's a lot
Fold.
bet.
The gentleman calls.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
I check.
Check.
Fold.
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 Turn.
Raise. I'm the winner.
The big blind is raised to $50. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
I raise.
I fold.
I fold. I must fold.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. The flop.
Check.
Fold.
I raise.
Fold, I fold.
I fold.
Player has left the table.
Oh, that's a lot to bet.
That's a lot to bet.
Fold.
I must fold.
I fold.
Player checks. The flop. Player checks.
I check.
Player checks.
Check.
The river. Player checks.
Raise. I got you.
All in with $118.
Fold.
I fold.
Player checks.
These are real skills.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
Fold.
Fold.
Check. Raise. Fold, I fold. These are real skills.
The big blind is raised to $100.
I must
Fold,
fold.
I fold. Sorry, I won.
Check.
I check.
Check.
Player checks.
Fold.
Ford.
The gentleman calls. Turn.
Check.
All in with $1,871. The total pot is $5,400. A new player has joined the table.
I raise.
I gotcha.
Player has left the table. The gentleman calls.
I'll raise.
Fold.
I must have fold.
I fold.
Fold.
Flop.
Fold.
My, I am doing pretty well.
The big blind is raised to $150.
I fold.
The lady calls.
Fold.
Fold.
Fold. Check.
Fold.
Raise. Pardon, those chips are mine.
The madam calls.
Fold.
Fold.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. Flop.
Raise.
Fold.
The madam calls.
Look out for me.
Player has left the table. The miss calls.
Fold.
Caramba. I fold.
I win! Fold.
The gentleman calls.
I raise.
Wow, I'm shaking.
The gentleman calls. The madam calls. The flop. All in with $647.
Check.
I check.
I raise.
All in $1,191. The winner takes $1,590. Welcome to the Saloon of Austin. Big blind is $30.
Fold.
That's a lot to bet.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
I raise.
Fold. I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $762.
Raise.
That's a lot to bet.
I fold.
I fold.
Fold. Fold.
Flop.
Raise.
Fold.
Turn.
Check. I fold.
The gentleman wins $1,056.
I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
Fold. I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $510. The big blind is raised to $50.
I fold.
I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
Raise.
The lady calls.
I check.
The gentleman calls.
Fold.
Turn.
I check.
River.
Check.
Player checks. The gentleman wins $980. The miss calls.
Fold.
Fold. I
I
fold.
fold.
Raise.
Fold.
I fold.
The flop. Turn. River. The gentleman wins $2,096. The missed calls.
Fold.
I fold.
I fold.
The flop.
Check. I check.
The river.
Check. I fold.
The gentleman calls.
That's it. Those chips are mine.
Fold.
Raise. I fold. Man, I'm good.
The big blind is raised to $100.
Wow, I'm shaking. I fold.
The gentleman calls.
Raise.
Fold.
The gentleman calls.
Raise.
Fold.
I fold.
The madam calls. Turn.
I check.
I check.
Player checks.
Fold. I fold.
Now these are real skills.
I fold.
Hey, I'm doing pretty well, huh?
A new player has joined the table.
Raise.
That's it. Those chips are mine.
The big blind is raised to $150.
That's a lot
Fold.
to bet.
These are real skills.
I got ya.
I fold.
Wow, I'm shaking.
I fold.
The gentleman calls. Flop.
I check. Check.
That's a lot to bet. I raise.
Fold.
Well, I knew I was good. I fold.
All in with $518.
Man, I'm good.
Player has left the table. The big blind is raised to $200. The gentleman calls.
Fold.
That's a lot to raise.
Fold.
What luck.
The gentleman wins $1,126.
I fold.
I fold.
Check.
Flop.
Wow. Look here. Check. I'm shaking.
Turn.
Check.
I check.
Check.
All in, $306.
That's it. Those chips are mine.
The gentleman calls. Player checks. The flop.
I raise.
Those chips are mine.
Fold.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
I check. I raise.
I fold.
I fold.
The gentleman wins $2,743. The big blind is raised to a new player has joined the table.
Raise.
Fold.
Raise. Fold.
Give me the chips.
All in, $482.
Raise.
These are real skills.
I fold.
The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
I raise.
The gentleman calls.
I fold.
I fold.
The big blind is raised to $600.
Fold.
Look out for me, man.
I should have won. Look out for me. I fold.
Fold. I fold.
Check.
Flop.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $1,800. The lady calls.
I fold.
Man, I'm good.
The big blind is raised to $800.
I should have won, you know. I win.
I fold.
The lady calls. Player checks. The flop.
Fold.
The river. The gentleman wins $2,402. The gentleman calls. The gentleman calls.
Check.
I check.
The gentleman calls. Turn.
I raise.
The winner takes $6,930. The gentleman calls.
I fold.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $3,200. The big blind is raised $200.
That's it. Those chips are mine.
The gentleman calls.
Check.
Player checks.
Check.
Player checks.
Check.
The gentleman wins 7,000. This player is out of money. Has left the table.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $1,800. The gentleman calls. Flop.
Check. Fold.
The big blind is raised to $1,600.
I raise. That's it. Those chips are mine. Check. Check. Fold.
The gentleman wins $4,800. The miss calls. The madam calls.
Fold.
The gentleman wins $8,000. The flop. The lady calls. Player checks.
Raise. I win.
The big blind is raised to $2,000.
Raise. That's it. Those chips are mine. Check.
All in $15,774. Total pot is $25,656.